Empress Expressions. My name is Amber and I am the Empress here. And I just want to welcome you back. Today I want to do a Living Soul 2024 forecast. This is just going to kind of give you a little bit of insight on what we can expect as we move into the new year, which we are right on the cusp of that. We just have a couple more days before we move into the year of the soul communicator, which is the number 8 in the living soul, in the living soul guidance system. So yeah, I just really want to kind of dig into this and do a forecast and kind of give you some insight on what all is going to be at play as we move into this new year. So, like I said, we are moving into the year of 8, and when it comes to the living soul, the number 8 is the soul communicator. And the soul communicator, its governing principle is going to be polarity. And the energy position is going to be masculine submissive. So when we think about polarity, we think about opposites, right? So polarity is movement. And hold on just a second. Okay, sorry about that interruption. So when we think about polarity is movement, and like duality, it stands still. So polarity is opposites in a sense, kind of coming together, bonding together. So with polarity being the governing principle for the year of 2024, the number 8, soul communicator, polarity is going to play a huge role. It plays a huge role in our lives, like all the time. Like that's our universe. So many different things are at play through the law of polarity, right? Like if you want to go into like a scientific stance, you have an atom, and in that atom, every atom has a proton and it has an electron. Well, the polarity would be the neutron that brings that together, that brings form together in physical, which is what we experience in our universe, in our world, in our lives. So with polarity being the governing principle for the year of 2024, that right there already tells me that we're going to see a lot of opposing forces, opposing energies kind of playing out in our lives. And so one of the things that I would want to make sure that you're aware of is that with this knowledge, you understanding like which position are you taking? Which position are you taking? Are you on this side? Are you on that side? Or are you trying to bring the two together for balance, right? So yeah, governing principle is polarity. That honestly, that makes a lot of sense, especially considering what we've already experienced in the year of 7, 2023, which we're moving out of the soul initiator, a masculine dominant energy, moving into a masculine submissive energy. So we still have that very masculine energy that's at play. And when it comes to masculine energy, it initiates action. It goes against the current or the grain, okay? Like that's that force, okay? Not power, but force. Masculine energy is going to force its way. It's going to force things. It's going to make something happen with action, with force. It's going to create its own path, right? And it's going to move in opposite directions to environmental forces. So that right there goes to show how this polarity is like this year coming up of the soul communicator, that it's there, like it's happening. So even like when you're looking at, you know, our economy and the government and politics, like it's very, very prevalent. So moving forward, we are going to discuss, let's see. I also wanted to touch on the masculine submissive and exactly what like that looks like together, right? So you have your masculine, like the masculine would be like the gender position, and the energy position would be the submissive part of it. So the gender energy position is masculine submissive. And I'll read to you what submission is. Submission is willing to learn, yield, facilitate cooperation, maintains power of choice to comply or defer. It respects positional alignment, right? So when you combine the two of masculine and submissive, so masculine submissive energy, it seeks others' interests to initiate change or action that supports giving value towards the interests of others. So when I think about the soul communicator, one of the first things that comes up is like there's going to be a huge 2024 it's going to be a lot about using your mouthpiece. You hear me? Like, you've got to up your communication next year. It's about commerce, right? It's about creating exchanges. It's about talking that talk. It's about negotiating. It is about communicating, hence soul communicator. So the division of self for the soul communicator is going to be social, right? Perfect alignment, like social communication. Like this is going to be the year of talking, but it's not just recklessly talking and saying any and everything. And that's for those that are aware of what exactly is going on. There are going to be people out here that have to play that role of just recklessly saying any and everything, or absolutely not saying anything at all. We have to have duality. We have to have opposites, right? Which brings in the polarity of the balance of the coming together of the different poles, of the different opposing positions. So with social being the division of self, it's going to, the soul communicator is gonna encourage us to promote like healthy dialogue and understanding the gaps between different perspectives. Okay, that's kind of going back to what I was saying. The beautiful thing about this next year is it can possibly get a little crazy, right? Much like with anything, any energy, any year, it doesn't matter. But the beautiful thing about it is this year is supporting us in being kind of like a leader. This is a beautiful time for like a business owner, an entrepreneur, merging the gaps between different perspectives, having effective communication, understanding both sides of the story, both sides, both views, and having and finding and creating a balance between the two. The harmonious, like creating harmonious social environments, okay? I also have here that, let's see. yeah, it's going to be reducing polarization. We're supported with that. Like I said, like there's multiple stances that we can take here, you know? There's multiple stances here. You can be on this side, you can be on that side, or you can be the middle. You can be the gap. You hear me? So yeah, fostering cohesion. That's going to be needed this year. It's going to be needed this year, and in all aspects of life: business, home life, love life, within our money. You know, this year is going to really bring out a desire for us to have stability. I also have here that it's going to bring out, give me a second, I have some notes here. Very expressive year. Very, very expressive. Communication is expressive. So this is going to be a year of expression. So I will say this. Don't be shocked. You're gonna see a lot of stuff this year. I can only imagine the stuff that's gonna happen and the things that are going to be expressed and communicated, right? Not just from, you know, the government, not just from, but like your boss, you know, if you are a boss, your employees, your romantic partner or partners, your kids, if you're a parent. It's the expression is gonna be there, and it's gonna be on both ends of the spectrum and in between. So I'm really seeing that forecast for 2024. Also, I have here one of the core values is going to be transformation. That's where that bridging of the two is going to come together. That transformation, that balance, that like I'm going to go back to leadership. This is going to be a year of leadership. Okay, it's a masculine year. It may have that submissive part to it, but it's a masculine year, and masculine energy is very much a sense of leadership and stability and accountability. And this year, it's going to really, I have here, it says, like having the ability to balance the opposites. You know, as a leader, say you have a business and you have a storefront, you have a fixed location, a brick and mortar, and you are the manager, right? And it's time to have a team meeting. And the team meeting is based upon a particular issue that needs to be addressed. And you're sitting at the table, you're sitting at your round table, you have all your employees there, and you have 8 to 10 employees there, and everybody's, you know, sharing their piece, taking their stance, taking their position, right? As the manager, this is that leadership that you want to take on the transformational position. Okay? There is an objective, there is a goal that has to be reached. That's the focus. That's the focus. The bridging of events, of opposite opinions. Beautiful opportunity for leadership. Beautiful opportunity to cultivate your leadership skills. I truly see that next year being a great time to really do the research, understand what leadership is for you, understand how you want to communicate in your leadership, right? Next year is going to be a great year for studying communication. you cannot communicate with everybody the same way. You just can't. There's no way you can. And next year, definitely not going to be able to communicate with everybody the same. Polarity is going to be at play, okay? Polarity is going to be out to play. So, great opportunity for leadership. Great opportunity for business-minded people who are looked up to. It's just going to be a great year for that. Also have here, so when it comes to the love side, right? We all love, we all love love. I love love. And when it comes to the love side, the love style of the soul communicator is considered to be preservative. So, preservative, something that you can be mindful of and aware of as you move into 2024 and you navigate 2024 in your love life. You may notice, and especially if you have the soul communicator as your living soul archetype, you naturally operate in this particular energy. Like, you've been operating in this particular energy since you took your first breath, okay? In the womb, you were taking on this energy, right? Love, romance, relationships. There's going to be this desire. You may notice this in your relationships, this desire for more communication. More communication. There's going to be this sense of, there's going to be this need for communication when it comes to love. And especially if you have the number 8 in your living soul profile, which is made up of your birthday, your month, your day, your year. And those 3 influence your living soul archetype. Your living soul archetype influences these 3. So between these 4 numbers, if you have an 8 in there somewhere, you're definitely going to be operating in this energy. And if you don't know if you have an 8 somewhere in your chart, you definitely need to get your living soul profile report. It's $45. The link is going to be down in the description box, and it's automated. It will show up in your email in like 2 to 3 minutes, and you can really tap in to understand what's going on, and just find out if you have the number 8 in your living soul profile. But moving back to the love, there's going to be the need for a lot of communication. That's going to give a sense of reassurance in your love relationships, and it's a type of love style. There's going to be a sense of interdependence and stability. Communication is going to make your relationships feel more stable. And also knowing if your lover, your spouse, whatever you call them, knowing if they have an 8 in their chart as well, and where they have that at. That's going to be pivotal in understanding. If someone has an 8, if someone has a soul communicator number 8 as their moon, your moon is governing your subconscious and your emotions. So yeah, definitely, like, that person, they're going to be looking for communication to feel good, communication to feel solid in whatever it is that they're in, especially their romantic connections. And there's going to be a need for, I wrote something else down here. Yeah, I said the material comforts, survivability. It's going to feel, there's going to be this sense of feeling like you need to survive. You have to survive. And what's going to kind of soothe that or enhance it is going to be the form and ways that we communicate with each other and how we communicate. That can heighten that sense of survivability and send it in a negative direction of like fight or flight, or it can lessen it. It can go so many different ways, but just know communication is not going to only affect your money and your business and work and your home life. It's going to also affect your love life. And in all of this, I don't want any of this to seem like it's going to come off bad, because there's a lot of opportunity here to really cultivate and grow and learn about ourselves first and foremost, which in return we're going to learn and grow. We're going to learn about others and we're going to grow with others. So yes, I believe that's what I have. Oh, I did also want to share with you some of the elements that are going to be at play for 2024, the year of 8. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, and you may not know this, and that's okay. The 8 is also like a sign of like money, and if you turn the 8 on the side horizontally, it's an infinity symbol. So there's going to be a lot at play around commerce, which I believe I said earlier, and making money, creating exchanges, all of that, which means air. Air is one of the elements. Air is about communication. Air is about intellect. Air is about your mind. It's about, if you think about air, like when I think about air, I think about thoughts. I think about energy. But I really think about thoughts and how there's thoughts around us all the time. We all have thoughts in our field, right? And sometimes you can be amongst other people and you pick up their thoughts, and now they're in your field. Especially in a crowded place, you may really be picking up a lot of different thoughts. One of the things that I recently noticed, and we haven't even moved into 2024, I noticed maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, I would be on social media and I would get off of social media and I'd be going about my day and I would have thoughts. I'm like, this isn't mine. And I realized that, hey, I have to take a step back, because I'm familiar, with my thoughts. I'm familiar with my goals and the things that I have in mind and the things I have planned for myself and the direction that I'm going with my life. And if I start thinking things that, have absolutely nothing to do with that and don't even feel like they're in alignment with where I'm going, 9 times out of 10, I've picked up on someone else's thoughts. And so that's what air, I think of thoughts, I think of air. So when we have the air element on the light side of it is intellect, communicative, adaptable, and analytical, right? The shadow side of air is detached, indecisive, overly rational, and prone to overthink. And I have experienced all that. In my personal chart, I have some air in there. So yes, air is a huge element that's going to be at play for 2024. The second element for 2024 when it comes to the soul communicator, number 8, is going to be fire. Now we know fire is like, I think it's spicy and passion and, feisty type, when you think of a fire, it's like the flames just jump around. Like they just do whatever they want to do. Like you have to contain a fire or it can get out of hand. So the light side of fire is passion, charisma, enthusiastic, and inspirational. And the shadow side of fire is going to be impatient and arrogant, restless and easily angered, right? So thinking about the soul communicator, right? That's where there's going to be some people may say it's out of control and crazy. There's going to be some extremes that happen and that are expressed and take place next year. And some of that's already starting to come in. So just be mindful of those things, because wherever the light is, the dark is too. And the last element that we have for next year is going to be metal. So we know metal. Metal is, hard, it's rigid, it's matter of fact. Like, metal don't need to be contained. Metal does the containing, So metal, the light side of metal is going to be disciplined, organized, precise, and determined. And the shadow side of metal is going to be rigid, critical, cold, overly controlling. That sounds right. There's so much there. A vision that just came to mind for me was, you have fire, right? And a fire cannot really be contained, but you can then use metal to contain fire, right? So there's going to be a lot of polarity at play. It's going to be so much polarity at play. So don't say nobody warned you. Share this video with other people just so they understand what's going on. And when you have an understanding of something, you really can kind of take more of a neutral position with it. And you can be more of that balance that's needed. So share this video, because these are the energies that we're looking at when it comes to 2024, which is just in a couple days. And like I said, I've been feeling this energy come in since probably like October. Yeah, so let's see. I don't think I have anything else. Yeah, we have a year ahead of us. It's going to be a good year, though. This is going to be a great year for growth. We live in a very masculine society, as we all know. So we're used to this, right? But it may be a little bit extra. It may be a little bit more prominent next year. But I just wanted to share this information. I'm a living soul profiler. So like I mentioned a little earlier, if you're interested in knowing if the soul communicator is in your living soul profile, I will have a link in the description box. And it's super simple. You just click on the link or tap on it if you're on your phone. And it's going to take you straight to the page that you need to be on. And from there, you're just going to input your birthday, 2-digit month, 2-digit day, and 4-digit year. I don't believe you need any type of punctuation, so no slashes, no hyphens, and no dots. You just put those numbers in. You're going to put your email in. You'll put your payment information in, because it's $45. And I'm not sure how much longer it's going to be $45, but I do know that it's still $45 right now. So hop on that. It's a beautiful layout. It really is. Get your living soul profile report, so you can see if the soul communicator falls in your profile. And so you can really utilize these energies for your growth and your cultivation, for your expansion, for your understanding, for your success. Because as difficult as it may sound that this next year is going to be, it's all in alignment. It's all perfect timing. Everything is perfect as it is, right? So have a better understanding so that you can sit back and observe when you need to, take a neutral position when you need to, be that balance, have that understanding so that you can create and have the life that you want. Okay? So, yeah, that is what I have for you. I hope that gave you a nice simplified breakdown of what to expect in 2024. I also want to mention before I leave that I also do personal year forecast. So if you are to get your Living Soul profile report, great. In the description box, I'll have all the information for booking time with me for, I call it a Living Soul profile report summary. And that is for me to help you kind of go over and understand exactly what you're looking at when it comes to the profile report. But then after that, we can also do a personal forecast for you. And I can show you out of 9 primary areas of life, which of those primary areas are highlighted for you specifically in the year of 2024. So yeah, if you're interested in stuff like that, numerology, astrology, just having deeper understanding of yourself, really digging into your soul blueprint, I think that you'll really enjoy receiving that report and digging into that a little bit deeper with me, with a certified profiler. So that is what I have for you. I send you all peace, I send you light, and I send you love. I hope you all have a great, safe, warm new year. And yeah, that's what I have. Until next time, I'm the Empress here. Bye.